Hi everybody, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to the Not So Cowardly Lioness. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's subscribed. I really didn't expect a lot of people, especially not at the beginning. So I'm really blown away that I have as many as I do. And I also want to thank everybody who's made comments, who's given me encouragement, whether it's in the comments below or whether it's on social media. I'm blown away by the support. I don't know what to say because it really means a lot. It really does. Simba, come here. Come here. This is Simba. Simba was the daughter of one of the cats that our neighbors from a while ago abandoned. With the help of my brother and sister-in-law, we were able to find all the kittens and a couple other cats' homes. And that really made my day because there were a lot of kittens and they deserved homes. Simba stayed with us, her mom stayed with us, but unfortunately Smokey passed away a few years ago. The follow-up for my eye exam is in March, and the glaucoma issue really, it's the one thing right now that is making me the most nervous. I do have a fear of going blind. I have since I was a child. I could probably tell an hour's worth of stories about what may or may not have caused this fear. It's not just something where I got afraid of it because I found out I have glaucoma. This is something that I've actually feared for a while. And glaucoma is not the first eye issue that I've run into. About 10 years ago, with a different eye doctor, he noticed that some of the blood vessels in my retina were hemorrhaging and making blind spots. He very much overreacted. He was very on edge when he saw it, and his mood made me think the worst, and I think the worst easily. I didn't talk to Pam about it as far as how I felt, but the doctor made me feel like it sounded like he was saying that I was going to go blind like in 6 months. So he sends me to a retina specialist. The retina specialist dilates my pupils and takes pictures of my retinas. And if you've never had a flash picture of your retina taken, be thankful, because it hurts. When the retina specialist talked to me, Pam was in the room with me. When the retina specialist talked to me, he made it sound like I was going to go blind in 6 months. And I was freaking out. He talked about the hemorrhaging vessels, what could be causing it, things I needed to do to reduce the chance of it. I went in for one follow-up, and there hadn't been any real change in the hemorrhaging in the retinas, and I could actually see the blind spots. And at the second follow-up, he said that the hemorrhaging had stopped and the damage that was being done had apparently reversed. I noticed that the blind spots were getting smaller, that they were going away. And so that was like just an incredible relief. Now I kind of feel like I'm in the same boat. I don't think I am going to go completely blind, but anything that deals with loss of vision or whatever, it's a phobia. It really truly eats at me. When I found out about the glaucoma, actually when I pieced it together and figured out that it was probably glaucoma, which was the end of July, my mind went to worst case scenario. And I do this intentionally, think about worst case scenario, because if I can find a way to mentally cope with the worst case scenario, then any other scenario that comes along is easier to deal with. My mind was immediately going to, how could I cope with going totally blind, especially if it happens fast? Because there are different kinds of glaucoma. Glaucoma isn't a disease, it's a group of diseases. And the most common one is called open angle glaucoma. And that is it's where the eye pressure builds up and it damages the retina. It's a very slowly progressing disease. I read an article recently that says that people with normal tension glaucoma have periods during the day where their IOP, which is the eye pressure, intraocular pressure, I'll put it up. This article says that the IOP tends to increase, especially at night when you're in bed. And the problem with that is that that's also when blood pressure tends to decrease. So the combination of having lower blood pressure and higher IOP, the blood pressure isn't enough to get the blood to the retinas. And therefore the retinas and the optic nerve get damaged. So this information, it's nothing earth-shattering, it's nothing profound. It's more information. It's helping me understand what's going on with me. I will probably be talking about my eyesight a lot between now and March. And I kind of hate it because I will fess up that I am being drama queenish on this one. This one bugs me, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I think what has saved me, as far as not just like having a total meltdown, was actually the initial research I did for my story. Again, because I have a blind character, I want to make sure I have the blind character behaving like a blind character. So I researched all sorts of videos about how blind people do certain things, common things, daily things. I stumbled across a couple of channels where blind people actually show how they do things. Some of them are very interesting. Watching the videos made me actually realize that I could do more than just function, regardless of how much sight I lose. But it is incredibly stressful right now. It winds up bringing strange questions to my head, like, if I learned Braille, would I still be dyslexic? Okay. Braille is a completely different language. I seriously doubt I would learn Braille enough to read it. If I lost all my sight, I would probably have to learn enough to know room numbers and ATM buttons and stuff, but I seriously doubt I would ever learn to read Braille because it is like a different language. I think the reason, besides the fact that it's just scary as hell to not be able to see, even if I only lose part of my vision, even if I just lose my peripheral vision, even that's scary because I'm just so used to seeing what's around me. I do notice differences at the edge of my peripheral. I don't know if it's imagination or if it's actually different. One of my favorite hobbies is photography. And I used to go out, take pictures of the ocean, beach. I see pictures in my head, things that either the contrast of colors or whatever, they appeal to me. I think they'll make a good photograph. And sometimes Pam would take me places, sometimes I would drive places myself, and I would take pictures. But I love photography. I've loved it since I was in high school. Actually, I've loved it longer than that, but I really learned it when I was in high school. And the photography teacher, he was very, very cool. He spent a little bit of extra time with me, gave me a little bit of extra instruction because he saw that I had a true love, a true passion for it. So as soon as I was out of high school, I bought a 35mm camera and realized really, really quickly that between film and developing costs, that photography is a very expensive hobby. So digital cameras came out and Pam bought me a Canon T2i, and I love it. I have a couple of different lenses. I have a lens where I have an adapter where I can take just amazing close-ups of the moon. That takes a ton of patience. I love photography. I love seeing things. I love looking at things in a different way. If I'm editing this properly You're actually seeing a series of some of my photos rather than me twisting around nervously. I don't have the energy to go out and shoot a bunch of photos anymore. My injuries make it hard enough because it becomes painful to hold the camera for too long, or it becomes painful to try to get into a position where I can take a certain photo. Now, whatever's causing me to lose energy, whatever is exhausting me so badly, it's even taken that from me. And if I get my energy back, I really want to go do some more photography because I love it so much. The other hobby I have that I really, really love is writing. And I have had several stories published through writing contests. They're short stories, they're very short stories. It was fun writing them. My writing covers many genres. It goes from just absolutely ludicrously silly to really sort of dark and sad and emotional. And I will put links to a few of my favorite stories, maybe a few of Pam's favorite stories, down below in the description. BS is back. Simba earlier, BS wants company. Come here. Say hi, BS. Writing is something I can continue to do no matter how much sight I lose. Because I don't write. I don't put pen on paper and write because my handwriting is not legible. I type. When computers came around and I could save documents and I could cut and paste, that just brought back the joy of writing to me because my writing is sloppy. I don't think I have ever written a story from beginning to end. Ever. Like everything else, my brain jumps around. A lot of times I actually write the end of the story first and then write a beginning and fill in the middle. I have notes everywhere. They're scattered across multiple pages, and then I piece them together later. It's not really a good way to write, but it's the way I write, and it's the way my brain works. But I will continue to write no matter what happens. I'm going to have to learn how to type properly. I actually stare at the keyboard when I type because if I'm looking at the monitor while I'm typing, it really throws me off. I've got to learn how to type properly, and that is one of my goals. I haven't started trying to learn properly yet, but that is one of my goals. Since I brought up weight loss on the very first video, basically I'm totally overhauling my diet. I'm increasing vegetables. I'm cutting down on unhealthy foods. I'm replacing meat in some of my meals with hemp protein just to try to get some of the saturated fat and stuff out of my diet. I am making an effort, and I know at some point it's going to pay off, but right now I'm just sort of dealing with the slow weight loss, and it is happening. It is just slow, and that's what's annoying because I'm impatient. I want everything to happen now. So I've been out here rambling for a very long time. I've been distracted a whole bunch like always happens when I'm out here, but I do like videoing outside because it's nice. I get to feel the breeze, the grass under my feet, well actually the grass under my butt, but I don't feel it on my butt because I have pants on. Just want to make that clear. That is a very good way to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I've actually decided that I like videoing outside because it's more relaxing, but it's also a lot more distracting. Like I said, more distractions. I lost my train of thought. Oh my dear God. Angle closure, glaucoma, certain things that I do, that was worth repeating. I will have to learn how to pripe. Oh my God, BS caught something. What did he get? Looked too big to be a lizard. A little field mouse. Yeah, it's a little field mouse. What do you have? Oh, God, he's behind me. Oh, dear God, he's going to let the mouse loose towards me. Oh, Jesus Christ, BS. So basically, I'm not going to be able to talk because I'm watching BS run around behind me. BS lost his mouse. Hello, dear.
Oh, how long has it been?
I have no clue. I can't read the timer.
Having fun?
Loads of fun. How are you?
Okay.
I should be done in a minute or 20.
Depends on how long you ramble.
Yeah, I'm still rambling.
Yep. All right.
Okay. See you in a bit.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.